See, the feed doesn't, like, you can't go in the chat now.
Why not?
I don't know.
What do you mean? It's not live yet.
No.
But and now it's live.
So if I go in now,
It's got to click on. It's not instantaneous.
The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Welcome to day number 3, everybody. It is the Bostonian versus the book live media row, Las Vegas, Nevada, site of Super Bowl 58. As well, I can say this. It feels different today. It is busy, busy, busy here at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center inside of this cavernous room. Dave Sherapan, Matt Perrault, guests all day, including Ben Fawkes, who's already sitting down. We'll get to him in just one second. But how are you, my friend?
good, tired,
Already?
busy.
Already?
Great. No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fired up. A lot of people talking, a lot of people saying a lot of things, a lot of meetings, a lot of BS,
A lot of hot air.
a lot of hot air, a lot of people making decisions based on what they see this week.
Oh,
Pretty interesting.
true.
And I'm not talking about the book
Right.
and the props.
We got Dana White from the UFC's on the other side of this.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp's walking around. I mean,
Yeah.
today you start to feel the level has been increased into who's walking around. I saw Dan Marino earlier.
Yep.
I saw Vince McMahon. Jim McMahon has been here, running around. Not Vince, but Jim. Vince can't be here. Vince is in trouble. Jim McMahon is here. So a lot of fun stuff happening throughout the entire.
Oh, Vince is in trouble. I was like, what are you talking? Oh, yeah, Vince is right.
Vince is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Vince is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Jim McMahon's here, not Vince. So who knows who's going to sit down? So let's start it off at the top because we are very happy and very excited to talk to our first guest in day 3. He is one Mr. Ben Fawkes, sports gambling journalist extraordinaire, joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book. Is this is not your first time on BvB, is it?
Second stop.
Uh-oh, Mike Hot.
My caught, Jack. How about now? Say something.
Second?
There we go.
There we go.
That's
Excellent.
good.
That's
Now
how
we
you can
got
tell it wasn't the first stop. No, it's good to be here. Look, all those names. I mean, I think I don't belong with
Yes, you do.
Dan Marino.
Yes, you
and
do.
Dana White, but I appreciate
Well,
it. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you lead off.
Yes.
Like, everybody needs a lead-off hitter, Fox.
Dana's second.
Yes.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably put him in the 3-hole if we get him.
All right,
I'm just
fair.
saying.
You're Vince Coleman, right?
Yeah.
Top of the order.
Can you run?
Says set
Are
up.
you still fast?
Pretty fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ricky Henderson.
Well, I don't know about that. We don't need him stealing bases. Just get on base. All right, start off with this. We've been talking about it all week. It's a home game for us.
Yep.
It's kind of convenient.
Kind of.
And everything.
Slept
Sleeping
in my
your own
bed. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
kind of nice, right?
Yeah. It's first of all, it's just wild, right? We've
Yeah.
been in the industry a long time.
Yeah.
There's a Super Bowl that's in Las
Yeah.
A
Vegas.
game. The
A
game
game,
is here. Yeah.
right?
Impossible.
Seems, we're only Wednesday. Seems like everything's going off without a hitch. Right now, the players are also, in Lake Las Vegas.
Right.
Near and dear to my
Might as well
heart.
be Pahrump.
I say it's
yeah.
the moon. They put them on the moon.
Yeah.
Did you just say goodbye? Like, get out of here.
Where I got engaged, so nothing against Lake Las Vegas.
did ya?
There we go.
Big fan.
Which
Big
one?
fan.
The Hilton or the other one? Which one?
I think the Hilton.
Okay.
Think.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I should probably remember.
Don't
It was in the town.
He's not. Don't worry, but he
It-
remembers. He's just playing.
It was in the town.
It was
let
in
her
the
know.
town.
Yeah,
it was
don't let
in
her
the
hear
town.
that.
Nice
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it's wild that it's here. It's cool to see everything happening and a radio row here. And I was there last year in
How many times have
Phoenix.
you been asked about the weather?
It's nice today.
A couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody can't believe it rains.
Right.
This is one of those things.
Well,
like,
it doesn't rain often.
Not like that.
But
Yeah.
Right. But when it rains, it rains.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 2 days
what was it,
straight.
September or so?
Yeah.
It rained a couple days.
August, it
but
poured nonstop every
We saw the
day.
sun today, though. That was a beautiful
It's
thing.
there.
The sun's
It's
out. I was
there,
like, this
yeah.
is.
Also, the game's being played indoors. Like,
Right.
yeah, it's,
Thank you.
It's tough for the media members. We get it. I wasn't there. Everyone was there in Minnesota, right? I think that was a little worse,
way
most
worse.
likely a couple years ago than
How about the
a
Dallas-
rainy Vegas.
Dallas ice storm when it,
Dallas
when it
was
got
bad.
iced in.
Yeah.
So we've seen
and look,
that.
it's Vegas, not New York City. You're inside. You're
Yeah.
taking an
Right.
Uber and a cab from one casino to one event to another. We'll all be fine.
Exactly.
So what's the vibe?
Let me ask.
Yeah.
Do you have tickets to the game? You going to the game?
No.
Okay.
I think I'll be at Circa
All right.
watching the game.
That's fine. All right.
What's the vibe? Like, how do you feel about the event? Not just the audacity of everything the NFL said for all of the years about this would be the death of everything that they created if they came here and did something, and the fact that gambling was the devil incarnate. What is your take on the Super Bowl being here, just driving around and seeing all the branding in the city you live in?
I mean, it's a little unreal. It's wild because, like, I'm in Summerlin.
Yeah.
You would never
too.
know the Super Bowl was here.
Correct.
Right?
I love it. It's great.
It's just like you commute in.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, the Super Bowl is
Yeah,
here. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Which is a little bit how it is when you live in Vegas and in the suburbs anyway.
Yeah.
But I think it's just cool to see it kind of take over the strip, and you never know. Look, it's Vegas, right? No matter when you're walking in a casino, at any time you could see anyone theoretically.
Yes.
I think especially this week, you really are like, I have no idea if in Mandalay Bay or Circa or Wynn, you could see anyone, media, not NFL players in this game,
Right.
but other NFL players, right? Like we saw Puka walking around
Yeah.
here, like Max Crosby. It's just it's a little of a different world. It's cool to see.
I literally was walking in today, and Tommy DeVito's agent, Sean Slaughter.
Can't miss him.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
He got the hat. He's walking. He know where he's going. I said, you going to Media Row? Yeah. So we walked in together. He gave me his phone number. I gave him mine. We texted. He said, we got to talk. He's like, all right, come on the show. That's how these things
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Without a doubt.
A lot of this stuff, it looks a certain way to you guys, and we appreciate all of you being here, liking, subscribing, listening to the shows wherever you're at. A lot of this is on the fly, is it not? Like this week, and we're home.
Yeah.
Do you? I like the home game, boys.
100%. I love it.
I do for convenience, but like I got to get the kid to school. I got a lot of things. Like sometimes playing on the road is fun too.
This does not feel like, to me, I'm with you. It feels like just a day. Like there's nothing, the pomp and circumstance
It
is way
depends
gone.
how many favors you're calling in with the wife, right? If it's just like, listen, this is the week, right?
Yeah.
It's like you got now. Look, I don't have kids, so it's a little different.
I
But
haven't
you're like,
seen them in 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, my
there you go.
haven't
So
seen
you've
them in
called
the
you've
house.
called in the check
I haven't
already.
seen them awake in
Right.
2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, my point has always been like, look, act like I'm not here. Like I'm not here this week normally.
Right.
So like just because we're here, I'm not here.
Right.
Should have tried that.
Yeah, that's why I just assume that
Man.
I'm not here because I can't do what I normally do. I'm not going to show up when I normally show up. I can't answer my phone. You can't text me. Like assume that I'm on the road like I've been the last 2 years. And then next year in New Orleans will be
Right.
really interesting just because we'll get to compare and contrast how cities are doing it versus the way we did it. I like that everything is tight. Do you like that everything is sort of in the same area?
Yeah, so I mean, I think last year in Phoenix, right? Like the
Spread
media
out.
party is way out there, and people are staying in Scottsdale, and so it's nice. Now, obviously, we know our way around, so that's
Yeah,
also
true.
nice.
Yeah.
But it's nice. Everything's 15, 20 minutes away. Different casinos.
Have you gone to Lake Las Vegas yet?
For this.
No,
No, I'm on it. I mean, because the press conferences are going on actually right now. It's too crazy. I was like, man, it's a 45-minute bus ride.
Yeah, it's a way.
far.
And look, it depends how you're covering the game,
Right.
Like
Yes.
we're covering the game from a gambling perspective.
Yep.
All the quotes and stuff from the press conferences we'll get on a feed or a
Yeah.
transcript
Yeah.
or something. You don't really need to be there to hear Andy Reid,
Talk about
talk and all
defense,
that, right?
Truth from Fawkes right there. That's true.
What is your take? Just I started off talking about the NFL, but Roger Goodell was asked again about his stances, and he still went ahead and again said things about the dangers of gambling and how there's a million different things they're worried about. It's the utmost fear, and they put a slot machine when you walk in with NFL branding right in front. Like,
Yep.
How do they get away with this? How do they get away with calling gambling so devilish, and yet they've got a slot machine when you walk in right in front with all the NFL teams on it?
I don't want to say it's calling someone's bluff, right? But I think everyone's been through these at certain points with the NFL, with concussions, right, and a lot of other things. Are you not going to watch a Super Bowl? Right? Like, it's the NFL.
Right.
Obviously, he has talking points. Like, we know how the NFL felt about sports betting publicly. I think privately it was a little different. They're obviously doing their due diligence over the course of time. We can't pretend that they weren't one of the 4 sports leagues in 2012 suing New Jersey not to have sports betting. Right. Obviously changed their tune once the Supreme Court legalized it. And look, I think it's fair to say, which is the stance they're basically taking, like, now that it was legal, of course we have to embrace it. Like, now it's legal. We don't really have a choice. So when there was a choice, they obviously had their stance. There still was a choice, but once it was legalized, it's like, wow, there's a lot of money to be making. I was making this point, right? It's just another marketing partner. It's like Gatorade. It's like Body Armor. It's like anything else.
Right.
It's a brand you can promote, right? You see DraftKings, FanDuel. There's a large amount of money tied into their sponsorships with the NFL. So money talks. There was too much money not to do it.
You know what walks. Man, I can't wait to get to next week when we can actually say it. Money talks, and you know what walks.
Yeah, yes.
BS.
Right.
Can't say it. He's BF. Can I ask a question here real quick? Yeah. You saw what happened with the DraftKings guy and going to the Fanatics. Did you write anything about that story? And do you believe that? Like,
that one I'll have no comment on and stay away from. I don't have any inside information
that's fine,
on it.
But you saw the story.
Yep.
I got told something yesterday that when it goes to public, it's going to blow everyone's mind.
I did as well.
Okay.
And I thought maybe you might too. And if you wanted to discuss it and you don't, that's fine. But strategically drop that story this week. Gambling stuff is real. It's not just another media partner.
For sure.
Not, right? Like, at some point, somebody's got to acknowledge that.
And I think the NFL and everyone is looking for a potential scandal as well, right? Not the NFL, but other people are saying, hey, we put it in Vegas, and now look what happened. This is what we're warning you about. So it's even more incumbent on Vegas and media and everything to have everything go as smoothly as possible.
Would you wear a noggin hat on the show?
Yeah, I mean,
would you wear one of those things?
I would if they wanted me to, sure.
If they no, would you, like, you as a person, not paid to want to, would you want to individually? Would you wear one of those on the air?
I got to try it on. I'm particular. I'm particular how it
it's a
feels
good
on my
shtick.
head.
It's a good.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, but if it hurts my head, I'm not wearing it. Comfortable, I'll wear it.
I just need a BvB version of that hat to go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Somehow, some way for you to go.
They can make that for you.
Oh,
yeah. We can do that. That's easy.
100%. Do you wear hats ever? I never see you wearing a hat.
Not often.
No.
It's got that great lettuce.
I know.
Why the hell would he wear a hat?
I still got the hair for now.
Keep
so
it.
It's going. It's going
You just
slowly.
got married.
But
Again, congratulations on that. We're between that and then, you'll have the kid. You look like this.
Yeah, that's what happens.
This is, I mean,
the stress
I have
level.
your hair before all of it. It's gone.
It's gone.
So
It is gone.
prepared.
What do you make of, and David and I have talked about this going into the game, but it is here. We obviously have had the game here, basically. All the betting comes going on here forever. But does the game being here change the handle, in your opinion? Does it go up because the game is here?
It's a good question. I was talking to someone about this last night at the media party. It's interesting, right? Because the two books that are going to have the biggest handle, barring anything, DraftKings and FanDuel, aren't in Nevada, right? And so I think the handle will be greater in Nevada because you have all the people coming in, right? And you have celebrities and, talking to BetMGM, they were
bigger bets.
Exactly.
Right.
Bigger bets. Not necessarily smart money, right?
Right.
But
no. Just
the celebrities are here.
Bets.
If someone wants to wire in $500,000 that other people can't do, they're going to do that. That's going to raise it there. I think overall it'll be higher just because it's a Super Bowl. Betting is more and more popular. It's in 38 states.
Is there fatigue on the game, on the matchup?
I think so.
You do?
Yeah. But because we had it 4 years ago,
That's
right?
Yep.
I think there's a section of the country that loves Taylor Swift, loves Kelsey, loves the Chiefs.
Right.
And then I think there's a section that's enough of the Chiefs, enough of Mahomes.
Right.
They were kind of dogging the regular season a little bit. They weren't necessarily they didn't look that great, and all of a sudden they're here again. they're still incredibly popular. I think Mahomes is incredibly popular.
Who's the A side in this? If there's an A and a B side, who's the A side?
The Chiefs.
Yeah, not even questions.
Yeah.
Chiefs. Not even,
Especially with the Kelsey Taylor Swift connection.
Not even a question. I mean, I can't. My daughter last night shocked the hell out of me. She comes 9 years old, doesn't watch football, and said, "Daddy, I don't watch football because I don't really understand it. Can we watch the Super Bowl and you teach me football?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yes."
Yep.
I was like, "We will go through it. I will literally break." So she's like, "What's a first down?" She's like, "I want to know the lingo." She's like, "How do I get to know the words?" And I was like explaining different acumen. That's all Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That's not anything to do except for Taylor. Like that, my daughter could care less, but because it's Kelsey and the boyfriend, and the new album comes out in April,
Right.
this is what's changed for the NFL. This is what, whether it's fixed, fake, or orchestrated or real, I don't know. But the results are there. The people are going to pay attention. Does that equal more handle across the country because there's more intrigue?
I think so. And you're going to have those smaller bets, right? And like someone is going to place a bet on $20 for Travis Kelce to score a touchdown. Because if he scores a touchdown, they're also going to be showing Taylor Swift,
100%.
right? And so
Yeah.
it sounds dumb that there are those connections, but I do think that those exist. We saw that
Come up
at
with a correlated parlay.
Yes, he did.
there you go.
Taylor over on Travis Kelce touchdowns. Number of times Taylor Swift. It's 11, by the way. That's the number of times
We saw
Taylor
that.
gets
Did
put
you
on
see
screen.
the FanDuel Ontario proposal
Yes.
on that Monday? And it
She
was-
asked me. She
it was
said,
like no minus 250, and then got hammered. It's
she
like
asked
no
me.
minus.
I mean, look,
35 million.
Madeline asked me. She said, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, is Travis Kelce going to propose to Taylor? I was like, my 9-year-old's asking this
Yeah.
question. Like, what are we doing?
Everybody's asking.
What are we doing? Like,
But also look, if the Ravens win, it's great for Lamar, great storyline against the
Right.
Chiefs. The Lions win, that's a great storyline. You don't get either of
Foster.
those. So
Foster, Patrick, anybody. Can you grab the Noggin guys and tell them they can come over? Can somebody just go over there? Thank you,
yeah, because I was like,
because I can't do it. Otherwise, I would.
Right.
Can you ask the Noggin guys if they'd like to come on the show? The guys with the hats.
the big hat.
The big hats.
The goofball hat. The thing hat. No, I think that's good for the game, right? Is it good for gambling?
Perfect.
I don't
They're
think it
next.
matters too much.
They're right now
No?
if they want to
No.
come on.
Dave, your mic is hot.
I think if it increases the handle, that's a
Yeah.
good thing and awareness and grows the NFL. I don't know.
Sorry, I had to. I'm booking the guest.
You're
No, it's
yelling.
good.
You're yelling.
The big. Well, I know I'm yelling, but
I
this
was
is what we have
leading
to
off.
do, right? This
I
is
was
the
leading
live
off for
show.
Dana White. Now I'm getting booted for the Noggin guy. This is
guy.
perfect.
Right.
This
Sorry.
is perfect.
I'm
No,
sorry.
it's good.
No, we're on their time. Have you given out a winner for the game? I mean, like people ask me all the time, who do you like? Who do you like? I don't have a side. It's Wednesday, and I still don't have a
It's
side.
a coin flip game. Yeah.
Is there something prop-wise, something that you like really like,
The one that
or total, or what?
I like what the sharper people like.
There we
They like
go.
George Kittle over 47.5, whatever it is, receiving yards. A couple
You see
people have said that.
Well, I know, but
I was
like,
saying that
I know, but why?
because he's going to kill him over the middle. The linebackers are all banged up. They have
Think so?
They have 2 injuries over the middle.
Yeah,
for the
I mean, look,
linebackers
I think it
are
also
huge.
depends if the Niners just run the ball. But
Yeah, Kittle's going to be
47.5 isn't that many yards
no
either.
It's
so.
one catch potentially for him.
You know me, I'm a reporter. I go with what people are
I
saying.
know,
I'm not.
No,
not
I
the
know
picker.
that. I know that, but I don't.
Kittle played
see that
horrific.
to be-
I was on him in the championship game. He was a ghost. They didn't use him at all.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're going to, I think, give him the football a ton in this game. I think George Kittle is going to be probably the biggest weapon,
All right.
in my opinion.
Get the Noggin guys
All right,
on
man.
that.
I
You're the
don't know.
best. Look in that camera. Tell everybody
Look
where they
right
can
there and that one on the right.
talk about
there,
your new venture. What you're doing right now.
Yeah, do it. Have a new Substack, bfawkes22, and otherwise just on Twitter and for USA Today.
Very
Thanks
cool.
for having me on, guys.
Thank you. It's
Thank
Ben
you,
Fawkes.
sir.
Come
Yeah.
on over.
Appreciate it.
Get the
you.
Noggin guys
the
in
Noggin
there.
guys
Pull that off
coming
real
on
quick.
in.
Yeah. Come on in.
Look,
Let's go.
look at this.
Yeah.
You could sit.
Can
right,
I wear that?
You could sit right there.
Right there. Right there.
Okay.
Thank you, Ben.
And they're going to throw it in there. Yes. You know what? He's not going to be able to do that with his hat, is he? Okay.
Oh yeah.
What's up? How are you? I'm Matt. Hi, Sean.
Hi,
Meet you.
Sean. I'm Dave.
What's going on?
Nice to meet you.
How are you? What's going
What's
on?
your, well, hold on.
Gabe? Yeah, you get
Sean
Yanks.
and Gabe.
We do the same thing.
You guys are in Arizona? We are. All right, hold on. We're going to get your mic caught here in a second.
So we are a hat show. Okay. Dave is a hat connoisseur. Dave is the only
Look,
person. He has a
I
hat
carry
bag.
around the hat bag.
He
Yeah,
carries around a hat
yeah.
bag. Okay.
All right. I've been asked to get in touch with you for a year, and I'm so glad you guys are here.
Same.
Because I love these things.
Thank you.
And I need one of these.
Can you make that?
Absolutely. All day long.
We
do
got
custom.
hat. This is the show. It's called Bostonian versus
You got
the
it.
Book. It's on nationally. We re-air on SiriusXM Radio, SportsGrid TV. Done. This is how deals are made.
Look at that.
We are getting a BvB lid right there.
A BvB
I'm
noggin.
gonna get multiple colors. BvB noggin hat. How did you come up with this idea, Dave?
So there's been nothing new in the promotional world for decades that even is high quality. Usually it's kind of throw this stuff away.
This is high quality.
We wanted to create a high quality hat that people could customize to promote what you're passionate about. You don't see NogginsBoss anywhere on the outside of our brand because we're here to make you guys the boss.
I like the idea.
I'm in.
What?
I'm done. That's it. We're in. All right, what else?
What's the production that goes into these things?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's super high quality, right? We're here at the Experience making noggins on demand.
Really?
All 32 teams, and we make them in less than 1 minute. So the fans can come by, pick your team, pick your color, and again, rock it and be a boss.
You're making that in less than a minute?
That's right, yeah. We've got our whole team here, and we'll also be at the Super Bowl.
Is he mic'd?
Are you mic'd up? Can you?
Yes.
Oh,
can you hear me?
We hear you now.
Yeah.
So Sean and Gabe,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
you're making these hats on the spot?
Right on the spot. We bring the hats in blank, and then the consumer comes up, whatever they want. If they want the Super Bowl logo, their NFL team, slap it up there on the heat press. Within a minute, they're walking away with it.
This is comfortable, too.
It is.
Yeah.
This is not heavy. Like when you see them on TV, I've been asked, do I have one? No. Do I need one? Absolutely. Do you have storage things for these? Like, where am I going to keep this in the house?
On your shelf, your collectible shelf. And it also folds into your luggage. So we'll show you how you get it in there without damaging anything. Let me show you this. Watch this. So again, you can wear it on the flight. That's your pillow to sleep on. Or if you want to put it in your luggage, you just fold it in half, throw it in here, put some delicates in there, you're good to go.
My wife is going to kill me.
We can also...
I'm going to need these in multiple things. I might get divorced. I don't know, but I'm going to wear it. This is great.
We can make them in 24-karat gold plated, silver, or bronze. So we're really trying to elevate the fashion space as well.
So when you guys, what's been the biggest catalyst for you guys growth-wise? Because we've seen there was a guy at the Raider game who was wearing it with sunglasses that like a lot of people locally were like, what is this? What's going on?
Up.
How has this grown? What have you guys seen over the last couple of years in terms of the growth? What is the driver?
One of the best things is fans want these, athletes want these, celebrities want these. They're taking these noggins, they're posting them on social media, they're taking the pictures. They want these. They have spoken. That's why everything has been so organic and so much fun to watch, and it warms our hearts by doing it because it's nothing that we're doing advertising-wise on our end.
Wow.
They're buying them. They're going out. They're promoting them because they love them. They make people happy. They put smiles on their faces.
They do.
And it's awesome to see.
I'm not going to lie. I was walking in the grocery store. And in Vegas, you can walk around anywhere and see things.
Yeah.
But you guys are down in Arizona, right?
We are.
Okay, that's where I moved here from. But I'm walking in the grocery store, and somebody's wearing one. Just walking down the aisle. And everybody turned to look. No matter where you go, it's a head turner. Like when I wear a good hat, everyone will go, oh, wow, where'd you get that? So it's word of mouth that's been, and then social media has been your guys' best form of marketing?
It really is. And we call it the puppy effect. You feel better than a puppy when you are wearing this thing all day long. You are so filled with joy because you've given away so many smiles. You've connected with people. And again, it is all about the fans. So we are excited, and we're hoping that we can get them to them in all the other leagues that we're trying to get into. So we're excited because the fans are asking for them.
What's the average age of someone who buys it? Do you know?
Everybody. I've had 90-something-year-old grandmas that want their kids, their grandkids' baseball team put on their noggin.
So what I do a lot of times, I worked in sports books here in town for almost 2 decades. We should go around and get hats made for each casino.
That's right.
We should actually, we'll discuss that.
Absolutely.
We can get you in. If you guys can make them a hat on the spot with their logo or something, that'd be outstanding. That's a good idea. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
You have a great product.
We appreciate the kind words.
This is really comfortable.
Yeah, that was your question. You said, is it comfortable to wear?
It was my first question, though, like, will you wear this? And I said, as long as it's comfortable, I'll wear it. Adam, how does this look? Tell the truth.
I mean, the hat's good.
Thanks, Adam.
It works. It really does work. Where can folks go to buy a noggin?
Yeah,
Where
they got
can
to
go?
rush to NogginsBoss.com
Okay.
because we're literally doing a special all the way through the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And again, they're selling out quick. We're literally getting messages from our team back home going, we just sold out of this team. We just sold out of this team. So please get on there and get them quick because once it's gone, they're gone right now.
Super Bowl last year in Arizona, Super Bowl in Vegas this year. Have you? I mean, I don't know how long you guys have been in town. We didn't feel like it was that big of a deal in Arizona because it was so spread out. Here, everything's packed in 3 miles of the Strip. Have you guys noticed a difference?
Yeah,
huge
the energy
difference.
around here is so great.
Yeah, I mean, it's electric. It's awesome to see.
Very, very cool.
Awesome.
Guys, awesome
Thank
job.
you.
This looks phenomenal. We're going to get BVB ones made. This is very, very
100%
cool.
we're doing that.
We're
Yeah.
doing that. Dave's wearing on the show.
Thanks
He
for
wears
having us on.
multiple
Appreciate you
hats all the
guys.
time.
Thank you.
We saw this and was like, that's Dave. We got to get him on the show. Well, thank you for doing this on the fly, guys.
Of course.
Really
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks for having
it.
us, guys.
Noggin Boss,
Best
boys.
of luck.
Right
Noggin
there.
Boss. Go check it out. Very, very cool
We got
stuff.
a bunch of people watching live, too, so we're trying to get it out there.
Yeah,
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Jack,
Jack will-
or somebody just pull that microphone back off
Yeah,
of your
backwards. There we go.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Keep it moving.
Great guys, job. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Take care, guys.
100%. Yes.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Very, very cool. Well, they can make BVB ones, so we can make BvB Noggin Boss hats. So, in case you're curious, you can go and make it yourself to go ahead and do it.
It's great,
It's
right?
absolutely tremendous. Look at these. Are they giving that to you? I don't know.
Dave, you want this back?
Really?
Oh, we're leaving this on all day, baby.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I'm wired in. I want to go up and give you a hug. Listen, I'll text you when the show's done.
That's phenomenal.
Shoot something one-on-one, too, to promote it. All right,
Yeah.
perfect.
That's
Thank you,
really
guys.
cool. There you go.
That's how it's done, boys
Dave
and girls.
Sherpin got him got a Super Bowl Noggin Boss.
I got to leave this on all day. How's it look backwards, too?
Oh, it looks insane.
How we do, boys? Yeah.
You look like something out of a cartoon.
Kazoo? What are we
I
talking
don't know if it's kazoo. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is
Those
either,
are
but I
tremendous.
love it.
Those are absolutely
I
tremendous.
love it.
That's too good.
Raphael,
that's
do
too
you have
good.
time
That's
right
too
now?
good.
Sit down real quick. Actually, go over and tell that kid your name.
Yes.
Right there, the one behind the computer.
Tell Jack
right
your name.
there, Jack. His name
Yes.
is Jack. Jack, this is Raphael. We're going to have him sit down real quick.
I want one of these now for Madeline.
Right?
I'm
I'm going to go sit with Gabe. We'll get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get one.
Ask
Yeah.
Gabe, because Madeline, I can't believe I'm going to ask for this, but I think Maddie would want a Chiefs
one. Yeah, you're going to have a big Chiefs hat
I can't believe
in your
it.
house.
I can't believe
Yes.
it. I'm going to have a
Absolutely,
big Chiefs one in my
Yes.
in my house,
Yes.
which is kind of
This
crazy to
is
stop
great.
and actually think about. But
I love this hat.
That's
I
what we might
swear.
end up doing. KCTV. Oh, hi, Kansas City.
Hey, Kansas City.
What's going on? He's using it. He's using us.
All right.
Go ahead and
Ralph, adjust the microphone
push that.
down a little so you can talk. Say hello. All right. Okay. You're good. He's not. You're not hot yet. We'll get you.
he'll be hot in a second. All
right.
We'll be all good. How are
right.
you?
Very
cool.
good.
Hi.
He's good.
Are we hot?
Cool. Ralph, look into that camera. Say your name and where they can find you. The one on the right there.
Rafael Esparza. You can find me at the new TV station, NGBN TV. We're on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire Stick. I also work for Sideline Sports and Doc Sports Services.
Very cool.
A long-time odds maker.
Yes,
Let's get
very
a little
long time.
background real quick.
Long
In
time odds
Vegas,
maker in
doing
Vegas. I was odds maker at MGM, and then we got merged with Mirage, and then I had to take a step back because they already had their odds makers. Still worked in the book, and then did a detour like you did in the Caribbean.
Right,
so
yeah, right,
did a
yeah.
detour there,
Doing
and
Caribbean work.
now I just do it globally. I do odds, and I send them out to all the global books if they want to use it. If they
But
don't
you're
want
not
to use it,
talking about odds on the Super Bowl.
no.
Your specialty is what?
Entertainment, political. I do all the wrestling odds. I do all the politics. I did 169 Taylor Swift prop bets
Oh, my.
this year.
Oh my.
We did. Here's a great one. Joe Biden's approval rate March 1st versus total rushing yards of Christian McCaffrey.
Over McCaffrey.
So
What's the price?
Take McCaffrey.
I haven't checked in a very long time the prices, but that's kind of stuff I deal with and all that. But I actually wanted to come on because I respect you, American Heart Association's over there, and I love your story. Every time I see you on social media talking about it, me and you have
Similar,
similar
right?
stories to that, and I think that's why I really wanted. I did a Super Bowl. I love you guys' show. I watch it all the time. But I watch you, and I see me because of what we've gone through. So I'm so glad you're still here with us.
Same.
And,
same.
And
Same.
that's the best hat I've seen you wear. It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
I text him, or he'll text me. We never met, and our paths never crossed in Vegas. And he's not in Vegas now. But after the story and after the stroke, and we started getting out there, we DM'd each other, and he had a stroke.
Oh.
I've had 8 heart surgeries, 1 stroke, and I flatlined and died for 4.5 seconds.
Dang.
And now it's a hard life. Like, it's so hard. Like, everybody's like, oh, it's cool to be an odds maker. It's a hard life.
Yes.
And
wow.
You get told some days you walk in and they say you're done. And you get moved, and you got to move around the world.
It's the media world.
It's very right.
Welcome to the media.
Exactly. It's very similar.
I never really thought about that. He's dead on that. I never thought about that.
It's very similar.
Very similar,
So
yes.
we connect that way, and then all of a sudden, when I'm out walking around or whatever, I'll text him and go, "Did you walk today?"
And I do the same thing to him.
Does to me.
Good.
We test each other. And I joke that if he ever moves back here, we're going to meet every day and go for a 2-mile walk.
Do it.
BS.
That's phenomenal.
And just enjoy life, because at this point, all I want to do is enjoy life.
Yeah.
I love doing what I do as well.
Right.
I know you do as well. It's a niche market.
Yeah, I mean,
not many people are doing the political stuff, but it's an election year.
I research more on entertainment because I do movie odds. I'm doing all these Star Wars TV shows coming up. We'll see 3PO be shown in all 4 new Star Wars TV shows. I do kind of stuff. I research more than I would research back in the day on halftimes of Sunbelt basketball games or stuff like that. I do
so
more.
where do you go to get the research? You reading like every entertainment blog on
I
the planet?
read, and I have a huge like, I'll age myself Rolodex in my phone of people that I'll call.
Oh, okay.
I have good people in the Republican Party, Democratic parties, and CNN, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm seeing in the market. What are you hearing and stuff like that? So in entertainment, I've been on Entertainment Weekly many times, so I have connections over there.
Right.
WWE, I know 4 Ghost Riders. Talked to Seth Rollins today. Did you see Seth Rollins walked around? Told him I was the first one to put odds up on WWE, and he's like, wait a minute, you used to work at MyBookie? I'm like, I used to be a head odds maker at MyBookie, and I was the first one to do odds for Brock Lesnar when he beat Undertaker. And I asked him, is that story true about Undertaker and Vince McMahon in the back?
Yeah.
He's like, yes, they fought for an hour because Undertaker wanted to lose, and Vince McMahon says, you will never lose a WrestleMania as long as I live, and they fought back and forth. So Undertaker did not know that he was beating Brock Lesnar until he actually went in the ring and the ref told him. And you could tell if you watch it, Brock Lesnar's face turns as white as this when the Undertaker told you, you're F5 in me, you're going to win.
Oh, my goodness. What do you think the odds are for not local, not Senate or House, but a presidential election market gambling ever in this country?
Ever in this, someone told me New Jersey does it. I'm not 100%. Does some of it, a little bit of it. I'm not 100% confirmed on that. Someone told me that yesterday.
Okay.
I think in next election, I think we could see it
widespread. Because it's been said, I mean, it'll dwarf the Super Bowl. It's always been.
I traded last.
That's been the long-standing opinion that a U.S. presidential election gambling market will dwarf the Super Bowl.
I traded the last election, and I've never seen money come in, and I never seen the screen. You know, we call it the screen. I never saw the screen move that fast when Fox News said Arizona's going blue.
Yeah.
You thought someone gave out the Super Bowl prediction, the final score, Saturday night before Super Bowl Sunday. I'd never seen 6 figures, $1 million bets, $1 million, because the bosses were texting us and calling us, take as much money as you want. And then we were just boom, boom, boom.
Wow.
Guys from Ecuador, guys from Brazil just firing away.
It's a worldwide market.
Of course it is.
You
don't
have to watch anything, right? Like, you don't watch the game. You don't have to know anything.
Well, the opinion has always been that, like what you're talking about, the opinion would have been you literally would have the ability to manipulate markets based upon which news organization reported what.
I agree with that.
So there's been a fear factor that because if you remember, to go back and play it out, when Fawkes went ahead and declared Biden with Arizona, there were multiple other networks that were saying that's wrong or hold on a second, we're not agreeing with that. And Fawkes went first. And they had a whole fallout inside their own election coverage because the guy who was running the election said, I'm calling it. And everybody else said, what do you mean? You can't do that. So the fear would be that you're giving a lot of power to someone to manipulate the market if an organization had someone who wanted to say, do that.
For the presidential election this year, stipulation is we will cash out when an electoral vote. When they pound the hammer and says, here's the electoral vote, the winner is...
So like 3 weeks after?
Yeah, we ain't paying, but we'll shut it all down. Most folks said they're going to shut it down, and we ain't... Just now, if it's a landslide, then of course I'm sure they're going to wait.
Right. Okay.
But
who's landsliding? Neither one is
No,
landsliding.
neither one is
landsliding.
But the lady's name was Carla. I don't want to butcher her name. She worked for Judd Bush in Florida.
Okay.
She told me most parties now look at gambling. Then they look at polls. They've been calling books and say, hey, where's the action coming in on this side and stuff like that? Where are you seeing money coming in? And they're looking at that more than they're looking at polls now.
Because polls are unreliable. Money isn't.
Oh, really? Yeah, those polls and ratings.
It should be interesting.
Crap is all manipulated.
Wow.
Bring it to sports real quick. You saw the golf situation and whether it was shot takers and people betting. Did you hear about this? Yeah. How much responsibility is it on the book to have all the rules covered? Because I know you've been in the room.
Oh, yeah.
You got stipulations with the political betting. You just said, we ain't paying till 3 weeks later when it is. You have to think of every situation as an odds maker or a person in a book, do you not?
I couldn't agree more. Yep.
How do you convey that sometimes, and especially now because they won't pay us what we're worth, because they will not pay the guys that manage the money what we're worth. You guys know that, we know that, whatever. How do you tell the bettor, look, we might mess up, don't take a shot? It's hard, isn't it?
It is, and I tell people, like sharps, and they get mad, your book barred me, I can't bet there and all that. If you did something dumb, I can't protect you on that.
I can't save you.
I can't save you. 9 times out of 10, if you got barred, it's because you did something that made that situation. Now these days it's so hard because we have books that refund everything. A guy plays 10 minutes and he gets hurt, and books are refunding.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so hard for us when we have stipulation and rules, and then some books like, we're going to refund it for customer service issues, which I get. I totally get customer service issues. It's great. But what about the books that follow the rules that we have, and now they're like, I'm not going to bet with you because I'll just bet at this book.
Right.
If my guy gets hurt, I'm refunding.
Oh, okay.
Randy Moss is going to sit down here for one thing. Thank you for being here.
No,
appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
You guys do awesome work.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Don't forget to walk. I know it's a long.
Careful, watch out. Careful, watch out. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, brother.
We'll talk soon. Great seeing you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Had to get that in there.
Your mic, grab it and put it on your ear because it's way down low. There we go. Okay. Because when you turn to your left, nobody can hear you.
Oh,
and by the way,
is that better?
Yes, much better.
Okay.
Hey, everybody in the chat, calm down. All you guys, calm down. I can't say why, but just calm down.
Oh,
they're all hot. Your brother's all hot and bothered about certain people who are in the shot behind you. Certain.
Oh.
Okay, looks good. Awesome. You can throw his mic on if you like.
Oh yeah.
You can put it on if you want.
Earpiece. Yeah.
There's earpieces if you want.
The earpiece is right there if you want to give them one in. Yeah.
You want one? Okay.
Can you hear us?
All right. He's Randy Moss, not the wide receiver.
No,
Randy Moss.
the OG.
Okay.
That's what the players always call me, the OG.
The
man, oh
Randy.
man.
From NBC Sports joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book. First and foremost, thank you for coming on by.
Yeah.
This controversy's got nothing to do with you.
Oh, my gosh.
And everybody's like all up in arms. Boomer's going crazy on his show going, what are we doing?
I had the first question all planned.
What was it?
How was it playing with Tom Brady? It's unbelievable. No, how many times, seriously? How many times for this in your life? It's just crazy.
It's crazy. It's insane. Well, I worked for NFL Network for 13 years.
I know.
I had to deal with this on a regular. Look, I had stories with Jerry Jones about it before he even got drafted.
Wow.
Jerry Jones found out that I was in the same place that he was and thought that I was the wide receiver, and so we had a great, very comical conversation about that. It's happened to all sorts of different areas, different venues.
gosh.
But
Look at that.
You have to roll with it. You have to have fun with it.
Look at that.
Can you talk to him seriously with that hat on? Can you actually look at him and act like
Jealous. Bad, right? Yeah, it's not bad. You want to try this on? Look at this. Try that on.
Let me go.
Listen, bald guys.
We both need hats, right?
What
There
I'm
you
saying.
go.
Yeah, put
Look at
that thing
that.
on. Look.
How do I look?
It looks good. It looks good.
Unbelievable.
Can you get one that says NBC Sports
Yes,
on it?
absolutely.
They said
They're
you do
here.
BvB for
They're
us.
making them.
They're making
on
them
the
here.
spot.
We're
You
like-
can get one that says I'm Randy Moss, the real Randy Moss.
Yes.
Where would you wear it other than here?
He's going to wear it everywhere.
Oh, I'm wearing
He's
this.
a hat guy.
We live here. We live in Vegas.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm on TV, but radio. I'm wearing this to pick up the kids at school. I'm wearing this to go to the grocery store. I'm wearing this everywhere. This is a head turner.
It is
I
a
like
head turner. Yes, it is.
I like it.
But, I mean, now that you've opened the door, you took your hat
Sure.
off. I mean, bald guys, we got to stick together. But, like, are you a hat guy?
Oh, I've got hats. I've got a jillion hats. I hear I don't have as many hats as you, but
I don't. You don't. I have a hat
lot of
bag.
He has a hat
Look, I have a
bag.
hat bag.
He-
I carry this
that's
around.
not a purse
I mean,
or man bag.
This
It's
is
a hat
ridiculous.
bag.
This is it. Look,
I love it.
I got to go everywhere.
And by the way, the whole Randy Moss receiver versus Randy Moss TV guy, the mistaken identity and all that. How can you confuse us, right? He's got hair. He's got hair, and I don't. It's simple.
It's too good. It's really good. All right, so this is a spectacle.
Yeah.
Coming to Vegas for the Super Bowl. You've been around the game for a long time. You ever think you'd be here for a Super Bowl?
Well, I certainly never thought Vegas would have a franchise.
Right.
Right? And, of course, I never thought that Vegas would have a Super Bowl. Now, having seen this, I won't be here for the game. I'll be home watching on TV.
Us too.
But to me, it should be an every other year part of the rotation.
You think so that quickly after what you've seen?
Yes. Yes.
See?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
So
we do
it's
it right.
really-
We do it right.
Vegas is known for doing
Yes.
things like this right.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun. It's easy to get around. Everything's compact. Because like
Yeah.
last year in Arizona, it was so spread out.
Everything was
And
so
LA was
spread
too. They're fighting traffic, and you're going like miles. For us, yes, the teams are in Lake Las Vegas. Okay, the teams are far, but everything else is right here. It's compact. It's easy to get around, right?
Yeah. Have it here every other year. Then go to
Wow.
SoFi, go to Jerry World, go to Miami, go
Wow.
to Arizona, go to
Where's
wherever
home
else
for
it
you?
is. Suburban Minneapolis.
Oh my! So this you're used to.
I'm
You had a Super Bowl there.
Yes, we did. And I was there. I was covering it for NBC, and it
A
was
little
below
different?
0.
Is it hard? So with the weather, it's a bit against you because it rained for 2 days. Like you guys had the Super Bowl there. It was freezing.
It was unbelievable. It was, oh my gosh, it's frostbite. And in Dallas, when they had it in Dallas, there was an ice
It was
storm.
bad, right?
Yes,
Ice storm.
ice storm was awful.
Okay.
Now, look, I got to admit, I was going to wear shorts. I was looking forward to 70s.
Us too.
And I
You
last week,
Minnesota guys are tough. You can wear
Yeah.
shorts. Like this is golfing weather for you. No problem.
Oh, yeah,
Get
you guys are
outside
easy.
and do your thing.
You guys
should
are.
get a hat like that and wear shorts in 40-degree weather, and that would be, yeah.
I mean, we could post a picture on social media, whatever you want. We'll do. I'll do whatever
right.
you want if you want to do that.
What?
The legs look great too.
All right. So the Olympics are coming, obviously, right?
Yes.
I know we have one that we're going to talk about here that's right in front of us, but we have one in 2028 that's coming down the line.
All right.
What's that going to be like? Because we have the LA games with Vegas, and there's a high-speed train going back and forth soon that should be open in time for that. What that's good for? We have. I mean, I'm 46. I can't remember. Salt Lake was the last time we hosted an Olympics. Is that right for us?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's been
Yeah.
a while, right? Since the
Atlanta before that,
Since
probably.
the last time I was there right afterwards in the 90s. Yeah, for that. What's it like for NBC to cover the Olympics? Because you guys spend so much energy getting the games to be broadcasted here in the States.
It's, I think I've done 6 of them. Some of them on site. I mean, I was in
the gear.
I was in Sochi, in Russia. I was in Beijing.
Nice.
We were COVID prisoners in Beijing.
God.
I was there a month.
Wow.
How hard was that?
It was difficult. It was very difficult. Not only did you have to be tested when you left the hotel every day, right? And we're talking,
Yeah,
whole
right.
9 yards, right? But you were
Brain
Big
scan.
Brother was watching everywhere you went.
Everywhere.
You had to scan your credential every mile. Basically, you had to pull over and go through this checkpoint so they can track your every move. But it's still, I mean, I'm not complaining. You had a chance to. I had a chance to interview Shaun White after his last Olympic performance, right? Yeah. And a lot of I was doing snowboarding and freestyle skiing. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Are you a snowboarder or skier or anything
never.
like that?
Never snowboarded, never skied.
Never skied?
Never.
Ever? Wow. And you live in
Water
Minnesota.
ski or snow ski.
You live in Minnesota.
I know.
Can you ice skate?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Yeah.
I don't ice fish, but I can
No.
ice skate.
What is the deal with ice fish?
I thought everybody ice fished.
Yeah, I'm not from Minnesota. I'm from the South.
Where are you from the South?
I'm from Arkansas.
Okay, very nice. So yes, so you don't do the whole get the truck, go out in the middle of nowhere and drill
But
the
everybody
hole.
thinks everybody in
put
Minnesota
up
does.
that whatever shanty-looking house, and they have a propane tank, and they go to sleep, and they call it fishing. It's
crazy.
And they drink and fall
Hey,
asleep.
my wife is from Minnesota, which is why I live in Minnesota. So
We always end up where the wives
That's
are
it.
from. Like all of us. We're all on the same program. Guys,
So-
we've been telling you, wait as long as you can. Live
Oh,
wherever you want.
amen to that.
It's because when you do it finally, you're living where they live and where
Yes.
they're from.
Yes.
I mean, that's
You're
part
out.
of the deal.
You're out.
So you got used to the winter?
My first trip to Minnesota, I was in the car with my brother-in-law and my wife and family members, and he said, "Let's take Randy out on the lake, and let's see. Tell me if you've heard this. Let's whip some shitties."
What?
Yeah.
Nope.
And
Never heard this before.
and I said, "What the hell?"
Hold on,
is this
I got to put my listening glasses
And then-
on for this.
They all
Say it again.
The
one more
first
time.
swear was not
whip
done by
some
us.
Shitties.
This is great.
So they all laughed.
Go.
They thought it was hysterical.
I'm dying right
So we
now.
go to the lake, frozen over. Obviously, we're in late December, right? And so there's a boat ramp. So we go down the boat ramp. Okay.
Is it cold?
Is it cold? Are you kidding?
It's Minnesota.
Yeah. When I was in the hotel, they couldn't find me, and they asked my wife, "Where's Randy?" And they said, "He's in the parking lot because he wants to see what 20 below zero feels like."
Okay, go.
So anyway, we go out on the lake. Now we're going like about 40, 50 miles an hour on the lake, frozen lake. Puts the car in neutral and yanks the emergency brake, and the car starts.
Yes.
This is something you would love.
Yes.
The car starts
Yes.
doing some really quick revolutions,
No.
and that's called whipping shitty.
I don't believe this.
Believe it or not.
I love
Which
learning
is-
new stuff.
which
I love
is pretty
53.
accurate.
I've never heard that before in my life. And I can't wait to put that on the kids. Hey, have you ever done this? Have you ever
Don't
done
tell.
that?
Well, they can't do it here, luckily. So.
No.
It's pretty accurate as to how I was
Yeah.
feeling when we were going,
Yeah.
when we were spinning around like that.
Yeah.
That is tremendous. All right, so who wins this game on Sunday?
I like the Chiefs. It's obviously, hard to separate teams like this when you get to the Super Bowl, but here's why I like the Chiefs. You always heard the whole thing about, it's the team that's playing the best at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, fair.
The Chiefs are going this way, and the way I see it, the 49ers are kind of going this way.
Okay.
Since Christmas Day, this will speak your language. The Chiefs are 5-1 against the spread. The 49ers are 1-4.
Yep.
We've seen Brock Purdy the last 2-3 games. He's thrown several interception-worthy passes that weren't intercepted. You've got Spagnuolo now. The Chiefs are winning defensively instead of offensively.
Right.
Something we haven't experienced since
No,
Patrick Mahomes
that's
has been the
absolutely
quarterback.
right. Yeah.
Spagnuolo is known, of course, for dialing up innovative game plans when he's had time to prepare.
Uh-huh.
Super Bowl, Tom Brady, Giants. I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Brock Purdy. And there's a prop out there. It's 0.5 interceptions for Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Half an interception. So you think he's throwing one?
I think he's throwing one, and I
Fair.
think the Chiefs will win. I think it'll be close, but I think the Chiefs will cover and win.
Okay.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Brock Purdy handles that pressure and whether the moment is too big for him or not. Because that, I think most people are expecting him to not play well. If the Chiefs lose and the Niners win, is Brock Purdy the MVP?
Depends on how he plays.
Right.
Could be Christian McCaffrey.
Could be. Fair.
That's the other one
You know?
that everybody's kind of
If
talking.
Debo
Those are
goes
the
off.
odds-on favorites.
Yes.
Those two.
But suppose Debo goes off.
Right. That's
Because I think if they win, Brock Purdy's going to do something because everyone's expecting him to struggle. And if he doesn't and they win, I think that's where he wins the MVP because people are just going to go, oh, I was dead wrong. I'm sorry.
Right.
Purdy played great, and they're going to vote for him for MVP.
Well,
Are
looking
you
at history,
into
definitely
the
make the
gambling
quarterback
content?
favorite. Oh,
Are
yeah.
you okay? So you pay attention to it. You,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, totally.
How much of it goes into?
I'm in the horse racing.
Yes.
This is what I was getting at. Okay. I've been accused of being a horse guy.
You have.
I'm not a horse guy.
Okay.
He's a
Despite
20-year
the fact-
bookmaker, so he's done a lot of things in the horse world.
But I've been in the sports books here for 20 years. I mean, like, the horse guys are my favorite guys.
Okay.
And Breeders' Cup, enormous weekend. The lead up to the Derby. 2 years ago, Rich Strike.
Right.
I hit the all button on top.
What?
yes.
This is-
Yes.
So
Yes.
I've been doing 7, 9, 11, 15, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18 with all for years because that's the way horse guys bet. They use the all button and the 3.
Right.
I do all the bets. I come out to the car, and I go, if I miss this again because some long shot wins, I'm going to be mad. Get out of the car, go back in, and say, give me all my numbers, but I want to all on top in case. Rich strike 80-1 comes on.
And he was
top.
number 23, I believe.
It wasn't even
21.
on the key.
21.
Randy, it wasn't. It's an old key when the writer wrote the ticket. And I hit the try in the Derby for
That's
the
another
first
fist
time.
bump. That's
so excited.
He calls me. He goes, "I hit the try. I hit the try." I'm like,
nobody hit the try.
You hit the try.
Rich strike one. Hardly
I don't remember
any.
what it paid. Do you remember? You probably do, but I don't.
I don't know, but I
was
went
a
to the
lot.
window
You
and I
announced-
picked up 8,000.
Yes.
Like,
8
and I
times.
spent like 120, I think, on the ticket, whatever the combinations were. So, from one horse guy to another, what's the future of the horse business? I'm worried about it, Randy. Seriously, like going to the track is fun. I don't know if the business understands it. It's on life support.
I think right now the key part of that is horse safety. Right? That's, every sport has a social license, so to speak.
Yep.
And if the people don't feel that enough is being done to protect the racehorses and to prevent the sort of, major injuries that we see from time to time, then nowadays in this era of animal rights, which is a good thing,
Right. Yep.
then you're kind of walking on thin ice there. And that's why the sport, I've been around this will be my 44th Kentucky Derby.
Wow.
Okay? It's not even close. I have never seen as much emphasis being paid as it is right now on horse safety, from technology to veterinary presence to all that. And I really feel, maybe I'm biased, but I really feel that people understand that you can't take all the risk.
Right.
You can't take all the risk out of it.
No.
You can't take all the risk out of driving a car.
Yeah. Football,
There's still
flying,
30,000 people a
hockey,
year
basketball,
that get killed driving
fighting.
a car, right?
Yeah.
But I think if people feel, if they understand that so much attention is being paid on the horses and how to keep the horses safe, that they'll feel like the positives outweigh the negatives. And now, horse racing has contracted, obviously, over the last 30 years because of casino competition, which is going to happen. The big racetracks right now are the ones that have incorporated casino betting into their purse structure and into their success rate and all that. So I think horse racing will be okay long term, but the emphasis on horse safety is going to be paramount, and it's a good thing that they're really now super involved in paying attention to that.
I know May is a ways, and it's February, but any horses that you are paying attention to, names that we have to learn as we get towards the running of the for the Roses?
This is interesting. You're going to be hearing possibly a lot about this, especially when you get to the first Saturday in May.
Okay.
This is the 150th anniversary of the Kentucky Derby. Huge, big deal. Churchill's blowing it out, right?
Okay.
And you probably know that Bob Baffert, the trainer, who's won more Kentucky Derbies than anybody, his ban was extended by Churchill Downs from 2 years to 3 years.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be at the Kentucky Derby this year, and none of his horses can run in the Kentucky Derby this year.
Okay.
Bob Baffert has a horse that is as good, we think, at this stage of his career as American Pharaoh and Justify, the two triple.
Wow, really?
His name is Nysos, N-Y-S-O-S.
The future pools come out yet? No.
Oh, yeah.
They have?
Yeah.
All right, we got work to do.
And the horse,
there could be a horse capable of sweeping the Triple Crown,
That
who
won't
would
be
be
eligible.
a favorite to sweep the Triple Crown, who will be excluded from running in the Kentucky
Oh,
Derby.
they're not going to let him run?
no, can't run. That's what he's saying.
No.
Baffert has been banned.
Yeah. That could be a huge
Well, I mean, can't he just
storyline.
get not associated with the horse? Like, they can't. So the horse gets penalized?
The owners had until January the 29th to transfer their horses from Bob Baffert, or they would get no Kentucky Derby points.
Wow.
And they chose to stick with Baffert out of loyalty.
Fair. I don't blame them for
this
that.
horse is a
wow.
superstar.
So should we be betting that horse in the races leading up to the Derby?
Leading up Santa Anita Derby?
Yeah.
Preakness.
Okay. All right, good. Can we count on you for future shows? Like, if we
Anytime.
reach out and you
We
can
need
do the
horse
show
guys.
from Minneapolis. We love horse guys.
Anytime.
And you're a regular guy. bald guy. I mean, you check all the boxes. With me, you're good. This is great.
And I'm Randy Moss, so you got the other
Randy
thing going
Moss.
for you,
We'll
too.
tell everybody. We got Randy Moss on the Randy
OG.
Moss.
Randy, thank you for coming by. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Enjoy
anytime,
the Super
guys.
Bowl. Thank you so much
was
for being
fun.
here.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
Randy Moss from
Appreciate
NBC
it. Love
Sports
that.
joining us here on
Thank
the
you.
Bostonian versus the book. That was a lot of fun to get.
We'll just pull that microphone right
off your head. Yeah, there we
backwards.
go.
Backwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You go back. There you
Perfect.
go. Thank you so
That's
much.
it. Awesome.
Great
Thank
stuff,
you for
sir.
the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. That was phenomenal.
We'll send you
Thank
a DM. We'll send you a DM.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Appreciate it,
absolutely.
guys.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
it.
Appreciate
That's
it.
Randy
Thank
Moss. Go ahead, my friend. Sit down. It's
Blewitt.
you.
Yeah,
Yes?
Blewitt time.
One
You
Mr.
guys
Mike
got
Blewitt.
Mike Blewitt's.
Mike Blewitt's going to sit down from
yeah.
SportsGrid to have a
You
conversation
see
with
Leonard?
us.
I'm going to get Leonard on.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
we'll get Leonard on.
Okay,
When
let's
he
go.
walks by next.
Let's talk some boxing with Leonard Ellerby. That would be phenomenal. I know we're going to hopefully talk to David Meltzer here in a little bit. He's floating around.
Yeah.
But this is just how this day is going to go. This feels like the Super Bowl to me.
Yeah,
Just
we're back.
Bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah,
we're
back.
we're seeing so many different people coming in. It's really a ton of
Hey,
fun.
there's Katie. Hi, Katie.
Katie Stupak. You played blackjack last night? You look great.
Come here.
You look great.
Come here. Just come over here. Stand right here between us real quick.
Say hi.
Say hi.
She lost $280, unfortunately.
Just lean in down for the microphone.
Yeah.
Just say hello.
So
Hi, everyone.
How was blackjack?
I lost $280.
All right, go. Get out. Thank you. Yeah, after Mike. Yeah. Oh, if he's available, I'd love to talk to him for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave knows him.
Yeah. No, I know him. Yeah. That's fine.
Dave knows him.
Yeah.
So, tracksuit.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Cannot hear us.
Yes.
Well,
but it's fine. You don't need it.
I mean, we'll yell, or you can put that in, whatever you prefer.
It's up to you.
You don't need it.
I would like to have.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Pull that up. Just grab the microphone.
One
Or
Mr. Mike Blewitt.
No.
From,
Grab the earpiece.
from
There you go.
SportsGrid.
Put one in.
This is what happens.
This is it.
We're going
Why
live.
is this? There's no slack here. What is it?
There's no slack. Mike, I'm paralyzed right now. I can't move. This is hard for me. I would have gone up and given people hugs and stuff. I'm wired in.
I know.
This thing is
I have
so
the same
tight.
thing at MGM.
Yeah.
Yes. So your mic is hot, by the way, Mike. So just FYI.
Yeah, your mic is hot.
Your mic
Can you
is
hear
hot.
us
So-
now?
So the brigade can't
No, I
hear
don't have my
you,
ears
so-
in yet.
So
All right, get the ears in. All right. Great.
Forget it.
Yeah,
We'll just
no,
talk.
we'll
Yeah,
just talk.
talk it.
Jack, give him one. Let's go.
Yeah, forget it.
All right.
For the record, I didn't say it first.
Mike Blewitt, look in that camera, Mike, and tell the people
This is
who
my
you
ISO?
are. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right. Mike Blewitt, SportsGrid hosting SportsGrid live from Las Vegas at the BetMGM Sportsbook.
How are things at MGM going? Got something fun?
How are things at MGM?
Do it again?
Do it again.
Do what again?
Okay, go. We're live.
Oh, we're talking. Yeah, we're live. Yeah, we got it, boys. Can you hear us?
What do you mean?
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Mike's
All right.
hot.
How are things at the MGM, Mike? What
They
are
are-
you doing this week, sir? Tell the people.
So, SportsGrid live from Las Vegas. Various guests on. I had Dave on yesterday to kick off the show. And we are going over every line, prop, storyline from Super Bowl 58.
Mike Blewitt, content creator extraordinaire, doing hours and hours of content this week
Apparently.
in Las Vegas.
Apparently.
We've done this before. You and I did the draft shows over there.
Yes.
We did.
Absolute blast. Got
Yeah.
to know you now over the last couple years.
Yeah.
Is this a work trip for you, Michael? Or are you in Vegas, like having the Vegas experience as well?
Feels much more like a business trip this time around.
Yeah.
So the draft, we had a chance to go out that final night. I'll probably do that again this week, but we have long days here. We're up early, late at night. You have that sort of, when you're on the Vegas Strip, you lose track of time and you realize you haven't eaten in 16 hours. So that's
Hit me
sort of what's
last night
happening.
at about 9 o'clock. I went, oh my God, I'm going to pass out. I hadn't eaten.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Right. It is. But I feel good. I'm taking care of myself.
Yeah, you look great.
Drinking lots of water. Thank you.
You look great.
You look great as well.
Thank
It's
you.
a
You like
little
the
hard
hat?
to take him seriously.
I
Matt,
agreed. That's what I said.
But
The hat just is like, I was asking Mike, I was asking Randy Moss, like, can you actually talk to him and not laugh?
Randy loved it.
Yes, everyone
Yeah.
loves it.
Yes.
So here's a question for you. The Pac-12 has got two teams. There was a meeting that happened that essentially the Big Ten and the SEC are essentially telling everybody, hey, you know what? Either we get our way as to how this is going to go in 2016 or 2026 rather, or we're just going to take everything and leave.
yeah.
How precarious is the college football playoff situation right now where we could have not just like realignment, but like seismic change could come to how we crown the champion in 2026.
Yeah, it would be really insular if something like that happens. You won't have any of the, obviously the charm of college football and the appeal of college football for many of us is all of the different types of schools that get involved, the different personalities of the fans, different areas of the country, big upsets. That's obviously something that's very appealing. That would really close that off. Not to say that everybody's drinking from the same trough there, right? Like Michigan and Alabama are very different than teams that are in Illinois, for example, in football, which has had a lot of peaks and valleys, or in Indiana,
State or something like that.
Well, that's the appeal of college football. At least for somebody like me, it is fun to have the group of 5 teams occasionally upset a power team, right? That will effectively go away. But to answer your question specifically, Matt, about the precarious nature of it, Charlie Baker, the president of the NCAA, put out a framework in December that was really the first missive, I guess, in order to get the sense of what everybody thought about this new framework, which would be that major college football and conceivably major men's college basketball would separate itself into a new subdivision.
Oh.
Yeah. And the non-revenue generating sports, to use a broad term, would perhaps play locally. They would not have to do all the traveling that is on the deck right now. Look, I remember being on BvB earlier this year. I think the California and Pac-12 schools moving to the Big Ten and Big 12 was the opportunity to separate football from everything else. And as we exist right now, Rutgers women's soccer is going to have to go to L.A., or Purdue, or wherever, to go play a road game. It's silly.
It is.
It doesn't make any sense. And the revenue should have just stuck with football and make that a separate subdivision.
Its own business.
Which Charlie Baker did start to set the framework up for. But that framework would be very expensive for individual schools.
I think, we need to talk about this more at a later time.
Yes.
Keep talking about it. Mike Blewitt is like our resident expert on this stuff. Follow him along there.
It's seismic, though. I mean, there's a lot of...
It's big.
big.
But you're coming back out for March, right? Like, you're going to come out for March Madness, do you think? Or are you working
Probably.
on that?
Probably, yes.
Because you travel around, you do the
do.
conference deals and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
We got a live show opening week of March Madness, Thursday, Friday, at Resorts World. We'd love to have you.
Love to be there.
Come on, hang out with us, get your room, all that other stuff. If we can, we'll make it work.
Would love to.
Is the college basketball tournament going to be affected by all this stuff? It's a lot of people's favorite thing, Mike.
Yeah, I think, so here's the tricky part, is that the NCAA's revenue is highly dependent upon the men's college basketball tournament.
Enormous.
So
in the
they
book,
can't,
too.
and it's why, part of the reason why Charlie Baker put the framework out there was, first, he's a politician, right? A career politician, former governor of Massachusetts. He did it in a very political way. Let me put this framework out there. Nothing's official. I'll gain a lot of feedback, and then we'll see what's actionable. So, but part of that is also staking claim that, hey, we're still part of this. We still control this, and we want men's basketball conceivably to be a part of it as well.
Yeah.
So will it be impacted? Maybe. The NIT has already gone through a lot of changes which favor the power conferences.
Year. Yeah,
right.
So
came out.
I would say that it could impact it, but right now I think anybody would be crazy to mess up a good thing. It's the perfect number of teams right now. Putting it up to 96 or 128 or whatever, I think that kills it for me.
We got about 1 minute and 30 seconds because we got this guy booked at 11:15.
You got it.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Side total prop. You got anything you really like?
Sure. I'm leaning Chiefs. I think it'll be a lower scoring game, although we talked yesterday that number is so sharp, that 47.5 is so sharp. But the bets I really like now, second half under 23.5, and Isaiah Pacheco rushing attempts is over for me.
Rushing attempts?
Over, yeah, 15.5.
Do you like
it's up
his
to 16.5 now.
Do you think he has
His
a good
rushing
game?
yards, yes. The total yardage, no,
Tough.
because there's a big delta there. 68 to 89 is too much for me, and Pacheco is not always catching a lot of balls.
Perfect.
Great to be here. Thank you for coming by. We'll talk again come Thursday. Come by and say hi.
Yeah, we'll finish.
That's Mike Blewitt here.
Pull that microphone off
here on the Bostonian versus the book. We appreciate him being here on that.
Thanks, brother.
David Meltzer will stop on by here in just 1 second. He's talking to Schmo and Schmo Show, so it's always fun to see them. Excellent. Vegas people. He's you and Schmo could go a little back and forth in terms of like your showmanship there.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff. Could go.
David, when you're ready, we're ready. Jack, anybody, come on up over here
and help him with
Sit
his,
right there,
with,
David.
With that,
he's going to help you with that microphone. Put it on over the behind you. Here comes the producer.
Yeah, Jack's going to be
all
here.
Right, here he is, right here,
and help you out with that.
This is next. He's after him.
This
Billy Godfather after.
This is one of our favorite guests.
No. He ain't gonna. He won't hurt you. No. I'll make sure.
Yeah, he's one of our. This is a guy I've been talking to for a long time. He came on last year with us. I think he made you cry last year.
I made him cry.
Okay, he cried. Yeah.
In L.A.
Oh, that was L.A.
That was in L.A. Yeah.
Okay, so we
Can you hear us?
You
hear Matt? You don't have an earpiece, but you can hear us. Okay, you're good?
Okay.
All right, that's fine, because they have earpieces, but they won't.
Is David Meltzer joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book?
Mike hot? Say hello.
Nope.
No, Mike's not hot.
Dave Meltzer, 10-9.
There we go. Now we're good. Excellent work. Thank you.
How are you?
Amazing. How are you guys?
I'm wonderful. Great to see you. How much fun is this? Look, we saw you last couple of years here. You love doing this stuff, but does it feel different in Vegas?
It definitely feels different in Vegas. It's always felt different as podcasting got bigger and media changed. You got a lot of the less old school guys with the typewriters and the overeating and over drinking.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I never thought that I'd be in the Paramount and TikTok lounge doing shows.
Right.
So there's a difference, but this should have happened 10 years ago. Vegas is proving that professional sports are best suited for Las Vegas.
Yeah, and we learned a lot about each other and our stories and different things in L.A., but you've talked about it on all the stuff you've done. Like, Vegas used to be a place for you to get away and do some stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people come here to do some stuff that they probably don't normally do in their lives. We got the Super Bowl here. They're playing the game here. Like, for someone who has the Vegas experience in life that you did and places you were at, is it kind of surreal to go, it's here?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And when you just think about the taboo throughout the years since the 1920s, that gambling couldn't even touch the same state as a professional sport. It could not touch sometimes the entire country where sports were played.
Right.
And now they're next door neighbors and inside of the stadium and sponsoring the biggest sponsors.
Signage everywhere.
Vegas is meant to be.
Right.
And, I don't know why people, you guys will get this. Why didn't they just, it's kind of like steroids. Why didn't they just say, look, we know what happened in the past, so moving forward, let's just figure. Instead, they go to blame, shame, and justice. And there's still some states that are going to blame, shame, and justification.
No question.
And the states that do that are missing out, not just on revenue, which is proven by Las Vegas, but they're actually missing out on tourism, hospitality. All the best restaurants want to be around it. All the best hotels.
How do you get them to see it? That's the hard sell.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could sell. I've been known to be told I could
Even
sell.
in that hat.
Right? Exactly. How do you sell it?
Well, morality does not exist in the subconscious.
Ooh.
And
I love
putting that on a
I'm
T-shirt.
going to go deep.
Say that again,
That's our show.
Morality
go deep.
does not exist in the subconscious. And so Einstein, who I study, so hopefully this isn't too over the head.
It won't be for our show. This is what we do.
People love this
too,
stuff,
by the way. They're the highest consciousness, right? They know this frequency. But you cannot solve a problem at the same consciousness that it's created. And when the consciousness that's creating this problem, this resistance, is at a morality subconscious level, people are trying to save or cure the problem at the same consciousness of subconscious that doesn't have a morality. So what I would do is take it to a different level and get out of this morality side of things and literally put together math. This is
Oh,
what
he's
it
not
is.
good at the math, David. Don't start with the math.
Come on, all gamblers are good at math.
He's not
They're
good at the math. He's defying all odds. But why with the math? So
because if we take morality out of it and we look at the math of what good it does. So the subconscious that are moral people and saying, look, if we facilitate having greater exposure, greater revenue to our state by providing entertainment that is proven to bring in all of this money, we can use that money for, and I would say the cure the way I would define it is they're not talking about for the sake of what, they're talking about the morality of gambling. And when we do things like, for example, when I got out of law school, completely broke, single mom, $100,000 in debt, I told my mom, I want to buy you a house and a car.
Right.
So I'm going to be an oil and gas lawyer.
Right.
Even though I hate law. In fact, Mom, if somebody would offer me more money, I would shovel shit with my hands 6 days a week, 12 hours a day to buy you a house and a car. Because I live my life for the sake of what? So whether morality of gambling exists in the conscious or subconscious, we need to start talking about for the sake of what?
Right.
Because there's plenty of things to argue are moral or not moral. Let's talk about for the sake of what. And there's no doubt if you put this business case together and the math together that you also combine for the sake of the kids, for the sake of cancer research, for the sake of our economy, unemployment, that people will then convert over and get out of the morality consciousness.
I have a question that I've always wanted to ask you that I've never actually had a chance to ask you. Now I can because I've got you. We find that men are trapped or looking for something to belong to more now than ever before. We have people who listen
especially as they get older,
who watch this show, who feel a part of something, who are making friends virtually that then turn into real friends in person when they meet them through a live chat and through the show that we're doing. And most of the people feel like, because Dave and I are very honest with our lives, we talk about what's happening to us, and then they feel comfortable about talking what's happening with them. What's the reason for this? Because is it COVID? Is it our phones? Is it because I feel like we're losing not a generation, but you've talked so much about purpose and so much about finding that purpose in your life to go and why are you getting up in the morning, right? Like what is it? And for you, it's gratitude. You want to give back. You want to have that feeling that I'm here for others. Why are we so disconnected and why are men right now so disconnected?
Well, we are separate out of the fact that we do not feel humble when we're trying to be vulnerable.
Okay.
Most men are lonely.
Yeah.
Most men are more insecure than women.
Yes.
Oh. And most men, especially as we grow older, we're losing our own personalities because we're of service to, and we lie to ourselves, right? I did this when I lost everything. I used to say, I'm doing all of this for my family. Bullshit. Like I'll call myself on my own bullshit.
Yeah.
You guys remember me in Vegas way back when. I don't think all that I was doing in Vegas was for my family. And when I got home,
I would say definitely no.
Right. And look, I've been vulnerable about that. What I encourage people to do, and I'm, invited to so many men's retreats to bring us together, is that we have to start talking about our issues with just men.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I do think, though, the cancel culture and the hypersensitivity is
tough.
very dangerous because look at me. I have a lot of things to unlearn. I have 3 daughters. My whole mission is equity and inclusion.
Same.
And being a nice person. But I also have a history of things that were, drinking martinis during work at lunch. That was expected, not even acceptable.
Right.
You had to go.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Going to strip clubs.
Right.
In the sports and entertainment world.
You had to go.
It was expected.
Yep. You said
Not
no. There's
quite required,
right.
But you were close to losing your job. So we have to unlearn these
I've
things,
battled that same thing.
right? And now we get together and the microphones are on and we feel like hypocrites. We almost feel bad getting together again now that we've grown up and learned our lessons, and we actually can be the ones that lead the way for our sons to know what it's like, the challenges we have to feel trapped in a job because for the sake of making money how many people do shitty things all day long to make money?
To just make money,
to
just
pay
for the money,
school,
to pay for
or
to pay for food.
You
the
got to mortgage
electric
a house
bill.
to get a Taylor Swift
Right.
ticket.
Right.
Right.
Is
And you
right.
don't want to disappoint your daughters.
Right.
And so I think what's happening is that we're cheating ourselves because we're too afraid to address the fear of our past.
Yeah.
There's only two fears. Fear of our past,
Okay.
which is usually resentment and guilt based. And I know we feel resentment and guilt for our past.
Yep.
And then there's fear of the future, which is anxiety based. So if I tell the truth to all of these people and we sit down and I have a vulnerable conversation and I break down and I say,
Without judgment.
right, like I miss my wife right now.
Yeah.
Like I would never have said that
Right.
at the Super Bowl.
Right.
Instead, I go do all these things that would damage my relationship at the Super Bowl instead of just be honest and say, you know what, I miss my wife, but I'm not going to go do something because I miss my wife
Right.
that isn't showing her the way I feel about her. And I have found that if we can get together and start talking about it, people can say no to things and projecting their insecurity, and we can get together and say, you know what, let's not go there. Why don't all of us just go have a nice dinner somewhere we actually can have a conversation and help one another, not just personally, but
Right.
professionally.
Right.
Like, these conversations, every time I run into you guys, I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, I got to introduce
We
you
have
guys.
to do something. Like in 2024, I'm not messing around
Yeah.
anymore. Like we've done the dance.
Yeah.
We want to be around you,
Vice versa.
and I will do whatever it has to be done to make it work because your message
Even take off
is
the hat?
I'll take it off right now. I'll do whatever you want.
Let me wear it.
No, put it on. Let's see what it looks like. Put it on. Look, it
Look at
looks
that.
great. See what I'm saying? Dave,
The mafia guy's jealous.
he loves it.
He is.
Yeah, yeah.
he is jealous. Yeah, that's true. He is
I had a
jealous.
book
You know,
tell
grass
me.
doesn't grow on a busy street.
We got to write all this stuff
You got
down. We
that?
got to get the T-shirts done.
I had to show off how wise he is. Wisdom and faith with my man Dave.
A bookie told me a long time ago, it's easy to go bad. It's hard to stay good.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Easy.
It's easy to say yes,
In
I'll
this
go to
town.
the club.
Yeah.
It's easy, I'll go do all these things. It's harder to say no. I've tried to teach my daughters that. I've tried to teach I live my life like that. I walk like that every day, which I think our ability to be authentic. You're one of the most authentic human beings I've met in the past 25 years, and I value that beyond belief.
Can I tell you why?
Please.
So, this is the mathematical equation of
With
why
that hat on, it's
people
awesome.
have bad behavior. And it's real simple to me. Human beings, especially men,
Yep.
are incapable of knowing or understanding outcomes as they occur. So what happens? We start off with good intentions and good behavior,
Right.
but the outcomes don't match our behavior. Like we're trying to lose weight and we go on the scale,
Yep.
and the scale still says the same shit.
Right.
Right. And what happens is before we realize that good behavior creates good progress, not good outcomes.
Amen to that. That's my life right there.
Bad
Yes.
behavior creates bad
Yes.
progress, not bad outcomes. Eventually, good behavior does create
Yes.
exponentially good progress and outcomes. And over time, bad behavior exponentially creates bad progress and bad outcomes. So what happens is
We
I got
need a
friends in my
retreat.
50s, right? I just had a friend a few weeks ago. He's like, dude, let's go party, right? I was like, I have not partied in years, man. No drugs, no alcohol.
Right.
No
I have
alcohol,
one
wow.
drink to relax.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that. And he's like, look at me, I'm in better shape than you are. I said, first of
What's
all,
that
rounds
matter?
of shape.
Right.
Okay. Two, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're in better shape.
Amen to that.
I
Right.
have
Yes.
a concierge doctor. I will test my blood up to
Yeah,
a lot of people.
right.
And I have more energy. You guys see me.
Oh, yeah.
I have more energy than I did when I was young.
Me too.
2 weeks after this guy's telling me how these drugs and alcohol never impacted him, he didn't wake up. That's the aggregate effect, right? Because here's how it works.
Wait, he's gone?
He's gone. I lost. So it may take you 10 years to figure out, oh, I'm 25% of the way there, good or bad.
Right.
Then it only takes 5 years to get to 15%. And you're like, you know what? I only got another 15 years
Amen.
left. But then it only takes 2.5 years to get to 100%,
Yep.
a year and 7/8 to get to 200%. So either you're a multimillionaire, healthy, happy, wealthy, and wise, or you're dead.
Yes.
So behavior creates progress. It doesn't create outcomes.
This is
we got deep.
Well, it is, but
great.
we've talked about this, though, because this is what I've been
Bet
doing.
the Niners and the O's.
No, but 75
We're
hard.
gonna have you on for your bet.
Yeah,
but
we don't care.
But this
That's
is what
great.
this is what I've
man.
experienced when I started doing 75 hard and I started doing different things where exercising the brain and exercising the body and using the time that you have to. I'm trying one thing. I'm ending each day either fitter or smarter. That's right. That's every day. I have it.
I think wiser or more faithful.
Okay. For me, it's
good.
It's fit or smarter.
Right.
Every single day, I want to know: did I advance myself one or two ways? Either getting more fit or did I get smarter? And I feel like for me, I'm 46 years old. I got half my life to go.
At least.
What do I want to do?
Don't limit yourself.
Fine, 90, 100, whatever it might
right.
be. I want to live. My grandfather died at 81. That's my goal. Get past 81. But I think for so many people who are trying to find their way, they want instant change. They expect it to happen right away.
Yeah.
Okay, like you said with the scale, right? I'm going to walk 10 days in a row, get on the scale. Well, why didn't I lose 40 pounds? It's that small, everyday battle that I tell my daughter, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Why do we as men, why can't we be okay with small wins? Why do we have to win so big all the time?
Well, patience, number one, is not a characteristic that most men have.
Yeah.
And two, we are trained genetically and energetically to attach our emotions to outcomes. Win or lose. We're attached to a competitive beast.
Yeah.
And so here's the difficulty. When you attach your emotions to an outcome and you put a time frame on it, immediately you're running out of time. Like even in sales, I train a lot of
Without a clock, it's not.
sucks.
But you put that time on, just like you said. I felt it when you said that.
So when we attach our emotions to an outcome and not to the behavior,
right,
we're in big trouble because we're automatically in a scarce world. We're running out of time. There's not enough time. And we also are not, and this is why faith is part of mine.
Right.
Because, and you know I lost $100 million.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it happened,
$100 million, boys and girls.
And it wasn't on a
says
bet.
it.
It wasn't.
I know, it wasn't on a bet. No, it had nothing to do with
I'd be
gambling.
super
It
famous.
was life.
I'd be better than Portnoy. I put $100 million on the Chargers in '94 in the Super Bowl.
Okay. And I got crushed.
But think about it. In my life, there's failures, successes.
Yeah.
There's defining moments. There's historical relevances. There's shortages, voids, and obstacles, mistakes. And it's the meaning that we give it that allows us to get to our divine purpose direction. So when you lose over $100 million when it happened, not only did I only want to be rich to buy my mom a house and a car, but I freaking forgot to take my mom's name off of my name off of her title, so I lost her house.
Yeah.
At that moment, here's the difference between me and my mom. I was crying, Mom, I'm so sorry, I lost your house. You're gonna have to move. And she just said, are you okay?
Right.
Do you need some money? See, the difference between my mom and I at that time is she had wisdom and faith more than I had in myself.
Right.
And so all she said is, you know what? My son's being protected and promoted and loved. He was reaching out and he was going to burn himself if he continued that behavior. And I'm okay with it. Me, I was punished at that time. Why me? What did I do?
Right.
Everybody else, 2008, blah.
Right.
And when I learned what my mom already knew, that to decrease the resistance, the distance between you and the outcomes that you want, it takes wisdom and faith in your fitness, whatever.
Yep.
That's wisdom
That's
and
it.
faith.
Yep.
So that when shit happens that you don't think in any way on God's green earth is helping you, it is. It is. And that's the difference. And that's what we have to, as men, say, look, if we're going to attach our emotions to an outcome, attach the emotions to your behavior.
To the process.
Not to some bullshit you think you know.
That's right. One of the I know you got to go, so I'm just going to leave you with this, so you can
I'll
think
leave
about
your hat.
something.
Let's
Yeah,
close
take
it.
the hat. You look great in it, by the way, though.
That
and
is
it didn't even
the
mess
best
up your
hat I've ever worn.
Right? It's great.
Yeah.
One of the kids told me that their dad told them all the time, always forward, never straight. But Coach Dave, I don't understand what that means. And I looked right at her and I said, you don't understand what that means? Life is always forward, never straight. Just get on the road and go.
Oh, yeah.
You'll figure it out, right? Like, that's what I'm telling you.
That is it.
In
You'll figure it
2024,
out.
we're going to figure something out. All right?
And
Promise me we're going to figure something out.
We're going to figure something. That's why gratitude's so important.
Yeah.
Because gratitude defined as perception is I'm going to find the light, the love, and the lesson in this.
Okay.
And you're always moving forward.
That's it.
If you find the light, the love, and lesson, not what's missing, what you don't have, what other people think. For our kids especially, and when I want to get together with you guys, there's this huge gap. And I'm blessed to be over there at the Paramount TikTok booth.
Yep.
And that's the biggest perpetrator of all. Between I am as a kid, I know what I am, right? They're going to come out with the Bob Marley movie on Paramount.
Yeah.
Bob Marley knew who the hell he was.
Right. Yes.
And he wasn't worried about what other people thought he was or what he wanted them to think he was. It was, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am worthy. My job is to figure out what I'm doing to interfere with it. I am my potential. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing to interfere with it. All these dumbass things I'm doing behaviorally or mentally, because only two, and I'm going to leave you with this, only two things are going to limit everyone. One, the meaning of the past, the meaning of your mistakes. You have the power to give meaning to whatever you see. So if you limit your meaning of your past, I'm a loser, this isn't going to work, all the things we do, or your own self-image, which is a big problem with kids today because they limit their self-image by what other people think.
Or what social media says you are.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
If you fight the limitation of the meaning of the past and you fight the limitation of your self-image, it's unbelievable, the infinite, abundant.
Where you could go.
Exactly. And that's what all the greats, billionaires, you guys get them in here. The common thread is that people believe that they must be what they can be, succeed.
You have to run, but we believe this wholeheartedly. What you put into the world, into the universe, it comes back to you. You are a shining example of that. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. We learn every time. We love you. We love talking with you. Thank you so much for stopping on by.
Do more. You guys have a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me come on without gambling.
Well, thank you.
Hold on. Pull that behind you.
That's David
Just like
Meltzer,
that.
everybody.
Pull that
Go and check out all of his
Over your
stuff.
ears, done.
His Instagram
That's it.
stuff, the
Perfect.
whole crew he's
Awesome.
got. You guys do an amazing job. Everybody you put on social.
Thank
you. Guys
you.
are
We can't
awesome.
get up. We're wired in. We're going to talk. All right,
Thank you,
please.
sir. Great seeing you, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Love
Appreciate
you. Thank you so
Love
much.
you.
That's David Meltzer joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book. Hopefully
Tremendous.
you guys enjoyed that because that's the
All right.
type of interview.
Yeah, we got the GodFather in next. He's going to talk about a movie or something. Come on in.
That's the Philly Godfather's coming in.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got to have him
okay,
in there.
okay,
yeah,
all
real
right,
quick.
okay.
Yeah.
Kazoo? Him? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Nice, yeah.
He looks like Kazoo.
Yeah.
He won't take it off. He
nice.
looks like Kazoo. It's good.
Yeah.
I want to see my daughter. I got to go track them down and get one from Madeline because I just realized she'll kill me if I don't bring one of those things home. But
Nice, right?
while we're wiring him up,
Yep.
I think what's so interesting about David Meltzer in what I love about his story is because he has decided to tell his story as cleanly, openly, and as bluntly as it can be told. And he's never looking for anything except I'm putting what I believe out. And he doesn't care what comes back.
It doesn't. I mean, it's the truth.
But it comes back. I see it in the comment section. I see people on Instagram, and he's got thousands of followers on Instagram. He says things, and people go at him. I watch it, I'm like, wow, that's what you took away from this? Like, you took away negativity from the stuff he's saying? He's trying to help you.
We've talked about this many times. We talk about it. We see it now when we interact with people, both on the show. And again, the interaction on the show is huge. We love you guys. You know how to reach out to us and be on the show every day. You put out what you get in.
Yes.
It's true every day.
Yes.
So when you put it out, the negative comments don't bother you.
None. Zero.
It's
Correct.
like you're wearing a vest. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
So let it go. That's the whole message. Can you say something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Look,
Perfect.
The Philly Godfather joining us here on the Bostonian versus the
Yes.
book. Dave knows you. I don't know you. Good to meet
Matt.
you. How are you?
How do you want to be referred to?
Philly
want the first
Godfather,
name
PGF, Steve, it don't matter.
Steve or the Philly Godfather? We'll go with that.
Yes.
Don't call me late for dinner. That's all.
That's all right. Perfect. People know you. You've been around in this business a long time. The Super Bowl is in Las Vegas. Would you have ever made that bet or even thought about making that parlay?
A few years back, absolutely not. But now that it's out here, you guys got the hockey team, baseball teams coming to town, the football team's here. So everything changes. Everything has an expiration date, thoughts, ideas. And like I said, as crazy as this world has gotten, man, everything changes. So,
is it better
Now,
as a sports bettor?
So right. So as a person who's been in the business, maybe both sides of the counter, betting, all these other things, places you've been, all this other stuff, is it better?
Well, the legalization of sports betting?
Yes.
For a guy like me, it kind of hurts my bottom line because, we used to bet the street a lot.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I don't want to call them the squares, but the marbles, but the recreational sports bettors, they're betting the DraftKings, all the big, and they're not betting the street no more. So the only thing left for the street books is semi-sharp or sharp money.
Right.
And what that means is if I go in there and hit them for a big number, I might not get paid. Where in the old days, they were honorable. Everybody paid. I mean, one of the greatest sports bookies of all time, Joe V., who handled the market on the East Coast, who owned a piece of every offshore market people don't know about. I mean, that guy was the most honorable guy in the world. It didn't matter what the number was. If he didn't have it, he'd go borrow it to get it to pay you.
Wow.
That's gone.
Yeah.
That's gone. And can we ever get that back?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No.
That's what makes me sad about the business.
Yeah.
Because you knew whether you were booking it or you were betting it. That's the game. You beat me to a number. You got me today. I'll get you next time.
Yeah.
Or the game may go my way, and you got to pay. Was never a question. Paying. And now the books don't pay.
It's wild because everyone thinks they're a bookie. They get a PPH service. They charge them $5-10 a head. And they think, they're going to take action. I'll tell you, I told you yesterday, the first time I met you, which was a pleasure. This
is the first time we've ever met.
Wow.
Just so you guys know, like we got people watching all over. They think we all know each other.
No,
and I wish, I don't regret not meeting you a while ago, but this is one of the positives. You want to talk about, is it better? No. One of the positives is that you and I can sit here on a national TV show, be ourselves and talk about the business and not worry about the door getting knocked out, not worrying about somebody coming and going, hey, what are you doing? This is partly fun, is it not?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I could be more open about things than I ever was. And we were talking about not getting paid. The year I had Tampa Bay at 50-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady.
I recouped about 60% of my winnings that year. I didn't get paid on 40% of
Still out on the street.
Still out on the street. They're not paying. So there's positives and negatives to change, obviously. But the good part is now we can talk about the history. We can be wide open about it. I got a book coming out.
Can we talk about your hair? Is that real?
Absolutely. Wait.
Yeah, come on.
Look at that. No, I was teasing him yesterday. I said he's got the greatest hair in the world. I have none.
Right.
Everybody goes, look at this.
Hold on. I before you skip on the book topic, I'm just curious in terms of like how the industry is. Like you walk in here, the NFL's got a slot machine right in front of us when we walk in, right? You go in Vegas, like everything is either Tom Brady or Jamie Fawkes, and it's NFL this and NFL that. It's all. This is being forced in such a different way. Does it piss you off? Because my grandfather ran numbers. He's 81, and I have him. He died at 81. I have him in my head where he'd be like, "These people tried to end my business, tried to take my bar from me because what I was doing in the back, and now every billboard, every ad, everything is down your throat." Does it? For someone who's been around a long time, is it like, really, guys? What are we doing?
Well, they've been doing it. They took away the street number. Back early on, right? They came out with the daily number, lottery.
Yeah.
Now they're taking away, the street money with the books. But you got to get used to change. You got to be like a chameleon. You got to be able to adjust, or else you're going to fall behind. So, if you can't adjust, and that's why I opened up my website 10 years ago, and we sell our information.
Right.
And I'm not trying to promote the website.
No,
I'm not even going to mention the website name, but the reason why I did it was
mention the website.
Because it's PhillyGodFather.com. The reason why I did it was because I couldn't get down anymore. Or I wasn't getting paid.
The problem.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to charge $3 a day, which ain't going to kill nobody.
Right.
Yep.
Guys are charging $50 a pick. If you're laying 110, now you're laying 160. You got no shot of winning. At $3 a day, if I give you 10, 11 moves that actually move the market, that you're getting the better of the number, it's not going to affect your overall bottom line. And
that's fair. That's a fair.
And I'm going to upset all these guys that are cutting me off. And that's the main reason why I launched the website.
Yeah.
And it blew up. Next thing you know, I'm on Fox Business, Fox News.
You did go all over.
Yeah, I'm on NBC on Friday, World News. Like, I went to 9th grade. I'm not one of those guys I never planned on being on TV. I was
Wait,
always
what do you
in the
mean? You
shadows.
don't have a PhD? You don't have a master's and all
Absolutely
that
not.
stuff? You got a PhD in the street.
That's where I learned everything.
That's where I say that all the time. My dad said that to me. I was like, what are you talking about? Poor, hungry, driven.
Yeah.
PhD.
Yeah.
That's what guys like. So is there a place now, or are you really going to make this movie? Like, is this really happening?
No, the book's coming out in 2 months. We're revising the chapters. The reason why we did the book first is because we had written the script with Greg Lingo, who did a couple movies, and we talked to some Hollywood guys, and the first thing they said is, we want to change the script. We might have to change your nationality. And I'm sitting there thinking, it's either going to be told the right way or we're not doing it.
Right.
Amen.
So then a good friend of mine, Jamie Gold, poker player, won the $12 million. Well, he was an agent in Hollywood for years.
Okay.
And people don't know that about him. And we talked, and he's like, listen, get the book done first. You own your own IP, and then no one can ever change it. So we start working on the book, and while we were working on the book, Greg raised a ton of money for the movie. So now the budget's secure.
Good.
So the book's coming out first in a couple months, and then 2025 we start filming the movie.
Can I be in the movie? You got a spot for me?
We got a spot for you. I got a chair, everything.
Listen, I'll do whatever you want. I just want to be along for the ride. I'm so impressed. The ability to stay around and just keep showing up. Him and I talk about it every day because they tell you can't do it. They tell you we want to change you. And all we do is keep saying, you ain't changing. Sorry, Will. You ain't changing a thing.
Yeah.
You can't.
And I want real
Can't
guys.
change.
I want
That's
real
it.
guys in the movie.
Right.
Like, I'm going to have Billy. I'm going to have Kraken.
Yeah.
Movie.
Nice.
I'll get
I'll be
you
in.
in.
Yeah,
It's like the
let's
Bronx
go.
Tale. They
Yeah.
use real guys.
That's it.
Right.
And that's how it becomes authentic and real. Or else
Beyond
people,
authentic.
Yeah, people start picking it apart.
Right.
Just the terms we use, just the things.
All
how
of
we
it.
Talk about the sports betting market. That's all real. It's been going on for 35 years.
Yeah.
I learned from the best when I was 18 years old.
Right.
You know, and I was a mover back then. I was moving money for guys out here, but I knew there was an expiration date as a mover. If you can't find more books, you got no job. So I started to reverse engineer all the games and trying to match up with them.
Right.
And that's how I learned to handicap the games.
Right.
And it was a long, tedious process.
How about the movers now? Your lifespan is like a week. You can last a week.
You're responsible for their money. If someone stiffs you, you got to pay the full amount. And you got to make the 20% back. It's over.
Yeah. They want to throw on someone before we get off here, but we got to wrap. But what if we're going to pay attention to the book and the movie? How do we follow you? You look at that camera, give all your details. How can we keep in touch with you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Philly Godfather. You can stop by thephillygodfather.com.
Very cool.
We're going to have you on the show.
Yes.
On the regular. You're
100%.
back east, right?
Yeah, I'm in Philly.
So we go on from 11 Pacific a.m. to 1, which is 2 to 4. We'll figure out a time. I got your number. We'll make yourself available. Just set up a nice picture. You don't even have – I think you roll out of bed looking like this. You look like a movie star. It's unbelievable. But we'll have you on again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Philly
it.
Godfather, everybody
Pull that
joining us here.
Headphone back off your ears backwards.
Yes.
Like that.
We're gonna
Greg
get
got it. There we go.
We're going to get
All
Brian
right.
Jones from CBS Sports.
Great. Okay.
Coming in here.
Thank you, sir.
Former NFL linebacker and a guy who works for CBS, covering college football, covering the NFL, and a bunch of good stuff here. Once we'll go ahead and grab hold of him because we'll take it right at the top of the hour. We didn't have time to talk about anything today. We just said, guess. Hi, sir. How are you? Got to be Matt.
Brian Jones.
Brian Jones is
I'm
meeting
Dave.
you, sir.
Nice to meet
Hi, Brian.
you, sir.
Thank you so much. How are you, man? What's going on? What's new? What's up? What are you up to? Yeah, very cool. Thank you. This is awesome. Very, very cool. Edge 3. Okay, we're getting all
Dave.
that. Very much.
Nice to meet you.
I'll do the plugs. Yeah, I'll read it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah.
You can sit there. Just watch that mic.
Yeah.
Just don't sit on that. Yeah, either way.
You're all good. All right. Is his mic hot, Jack? We good? All right. Brian Jones, CBS, joining us here on
Hello,
the
sir.
Boston
How are
versus
you?
the
I
book.
am outstanding. Not as good as you, man.
Pull that microphone down just a little bit
So we
right
get to
there.
the-
Perfect.
Cool.
How about now?
All right.
Can you hear
Very,
him?
yes, I can. Absolutely.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
All right, let's get this out of the way. Edge 3, Athlete Intelligence AI. I know there's a press conference, something going on for you guys with all this. What is this? What is
Edge3.ai is an athlete platform as well as coaches platform to help them make more informed decisions about which college to attend, which players to recruit. So it's about finding the ideal fit. If I'm an athlete, what questions do I ask the recruiter? Who's in that position room where I'm seeking to play? So we're aggregating a whole host of data for the athlete, the coaches, family members to sift through to help them find the ideal fit. Also, the coaches, how do we mitigate risk in today's landscape with NIL and all the money that's being bantied about? How do we know which guy to go out and recruit? Because it's mirroring the NFL now in free agency.
Absolutely.
With the transfer portal.
Yeah. Yes.
You got multiple recruiting days.
Yes.
So how, as an athletic department, do I justify going and get a guy if I don't have all the information to make that informed decision? So that's what we're doing, aggregating tons of data under one umbrella, and we're utilizing IBM Watson X technology to power that engine. Watson X has done this for business for over 100 years, and their generative AI currently is creating content and also helping business transform and sift through data points. And it's the same in sports.
Is it we talk about it all the time. Is it better or worse for the athlete now, the whole situation?
I think today's landscape is better. Now, we had NIL when I played. It was just under the table.
All right, we're being honest now.
There we go.
So
welcome to the show.
We were trying to stay.
This is the truth.
We
the nickname for the show is the truth.
Yes.
If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
That's right.
And I
Put
can't,
that on a T-shirt.
I can't remember
That's
anything
my line.
anyway. So it's been here. We just had to stay a couple steps ahead of the law.
Yeah.
But I think it's much better now, and I'm a big proponent of these guys benefiting from their name, image, and likeness.
Amen.
Now, not having to defer. So I think it's the shifting landscape has disrupted the market, but we've seen that across the board in different categories in business, now in sports. So that's why Edge3.ai and our partnership with IBM Watson X is so needed. Because, once again, there's a ton of data and a ton of information that's sitting out there, and yet people don't know how to find it.
Right.
Coaches don't have time to sift through all that stuff. So we can give them a one-stop spot to go and get that information they need to make that decision on whether or not this player is going to work in our locker room, in our culture. That's a win-win for them. That's a win-win for that athlete.
Along the same lines, we are seeing college head coaches leaving the game to go to the NFL because they don't want to deal with the NIL.
Or get out of the game.
Or get out.
Retire.
Get out. Nick Saban, obviously.
Well,
just say,
listen,
what's going on?
It's a new landscape. Everyone's trying to wrap their arms around. How do we navigate these waters? The players are, the coaches are, and if you're not committed, you should get out. And we just saw Jeff Hafley, head coach at BC recently, take his ball and go to the pros to be a coordinator.
Yeah.
Because there's more uniformity in the NFL. Their rules, their guidelines, their guardrails. That's what they don't have at the collegiate level. You don't have that uniformity. You don't have that equanimity. And I know equity is a hot word these days.
Yes,
but you need that for the game to be sustainable. So I think that's one reason you've seen the Big Ten and the SEC recently form an alliance.
Yep.
Because they got to fix this. College football is not going anywhere. Now, it can be as crazy as it has been over these last few seasons, or we can join together and come to an agreement on how we move forward. That's going to be the key. And Edge3.ai, IBM Watson X is going to help shape the way forward.
Love it.
I'm concerned as a guy who covered the SEC, who covered the Big 12, covered the Big 10. I'm concerned about the fact that football drives everything. I get it. But is it driving everything off a cliff? Like, are we on board here in college baseball, college basketball, college softball? It's all like being dragged, and we're not seeing the wall that we're going to hit soon.
Well, it's interesting you make that comment because I recall at the onset of all the concussion talk, there were books written. I was moving recently, and I saw one of the books that I had gotten when I was doing national talk radio, and it was about the concussion suits are going to kill college football.
Yeah.
The death of college football, something to that sort. It didn't happen. The game's more popular than area. We just adjusted.
Right.
And that's what's going to occur here. You're going to have to make adjustments, and hopefully our tool, there may be other tools that come about, other resources that assist these coaches, assist these players in making those decisions and allow them to have a better understanding and idea how to move forward. How do we recruit better, more efficiently? How do we streamline the process?
Can this help the bowl game situation? Because, I mean, the bowl game situation is a mess right now. Like, we're going to have a great playoff.
You're asking too much now. Too much, man. Can we just help the athlete and the coaches? Then we'll worry about the bowl game.
Yeah,
I'm with you, though. I think there are way too many, but there's a reason. Because apparently they're effective. If they weren't, these companies would have these huge outlays of cash to host a bowl game.
Right.
I'm curious, when we look at next year in a college football landscape without Nick Saban, what's that going to look like?
It's going to definitely be different. And I would suggest Nick Saban becomes the college football czar.
Amen.
I believe he could bring all parties together.
Wow.
The conventional wisdom is Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner.
Yeah.
I would vote for for Nick Saban. I doubt he would do it, but I think he should be the first college football czar, commissioner, whatever you want to call it. But I think he could bring all parties together and they could agree on how do we fix this thing, how do we erect guardrails, and how do we save. And I don't believe it needs to be saved, but how do we make our product better than it has been over the last couple of years?
Love it. Look at that camera. Tell everybody where they can go and find
everybody. Go to edge3.ai. Find out more about the platform we're developing along with IBM Watson X. It is fabulous what we're going to make available to athletes and coaches to go a long way with saving our game, college football.
Who wins Sunday?
Chiefs, 38-31.
Over. Way over.
What's it right now?
47.5.
Really?
That's all. Yeah.
I mean, the Chiefs didn't do anything that second half, huh?
They never do anything in the second half. That's the thing.
They never score.
If they can run that rock like Detroit did, you know what would have helped Detroit? Edge3.ai and IBM Watson X. Because Watson X Analytics would have said, what are you, stupid?
What are you doing?
You take those 3 points.
Right.
Ravens,
What's wrong with you?
Ravens,
take all the points you can get when you're on the road.
Brian Jones, thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
So much.
Thank you. Hold on one second. You're wired in. Pull that head off your ears backwards.
So you don't get
there you go.
on.
Just drop
there we
it.
Go.
You're
Thank
good.
you so much. Brian Jones joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We are done for day number 3. Sorry. Yeah, 3.
Do you have any bets?
Any bets? Yeah.
Did you look?
Go ahead and fire better to book it if we can fire that up.
Fire if you have it.
Fire.
Jax, look at Jack. Look at Jack.
What?
Jack's
Hi, Jack.
distracted.
Better to book
Hi,
it.
Jack. Hit better to book it quick if you could, sir.
And then we can go right into it.
Well, we still have
12
minutes. Nope, there we go.
All right, we don't have 12 minutes. We have 7. Yeah, 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right, let's get to better to book it here for us. We are going Auburn -5.5 today against Alabama. The rivalry, the massive, according to TJ, who is in Alabama.
TJ.
This is a ticket that is 100 times more expensive than any other game in the SEC tonight. Everyone wants to be in this game. It's in Auburn. Alabama's been bad on the road. They lost by 20 on the road at Tennessee. Auburn should have covered their last game. Remember that 3 at the buzzer that got waved off? I luckily got it. Auburn wins tonight. They get a revenge win over Alabama, laying 4.5. Better to book it.
Book it.
All right. Providence is hosting the Creighton Blue Jays. I have no idea why the Jays are favored in this game. The dunk, I still call it that, Chef Benny. The dunk is an absolute house of horrors for Alabama. Sorry, for Creighton to go and play there. Providence needs a win desperately. They haven't been playing well at all.
Okay.
The Jays are 3-7 ATS in the Big East this season. I like Providence to win the game outright. I'm taking the 2 points. Providence +2.
I think bet that one.
Hockey. Tampa Bay against the Rangers. The Rangers are going to play quick, which kind of ticks me off. I wish it was Igor. But 6 was the total last night. I think the Rangers score.
Over.
First game in, over 6. Yes.
Bet.
Rangers money line, -135. It's the first game back for Tampa, second game for the Rangers.
Bet.
There's your better to book it segment for us.
How about that? We banged that out.
Here,
Listen, Favorite thing about today, real quick.
Yep.
For you, what was it?
We're here. This is amazing. David Meltzer. I mean, it's
the show list of guests. Thank all of you. Guys, we're doing everything we can. Keep liking the button. Keep subscribing. Keep telling somebody about the show.
Noggin Boss.
One of my favorite things right here is the Noggin Boss hat.
Super Bowl Noggin Boss hat. That's something. That's a
Take us home, P-Roll.
Collector's item. Subscribe, like, everything fun. Thank you, SiriusXM. Thank you for our friends at SportsGrid for this. We're back tomorrow. Day number 4. More guests, more interviews. Follow us at Boston versus the Book. Jack killed it today. Thank you for everything. Dave, Matt, back tomorrow, day 4 for BvB.